Hello and a very warm welcome to Meghan and Harry News YouTube channel. A clip from an interview on GMB has gone viral. Once again, it's a rare sight to see some truth being told on these mainstream channels, so I thought I would share it with you. This may be a couple of months old, but I had not seen it before, which is no surprise because anything pro-Meghan or pro-Harry and not pro-royal family or the firm is usually hidden from the masses. It doesn't get seen, so you end up seeing a clip like this resurfacing a couple of months later, and it only then gets some traction on social media. In this clip, we see Dr. Shola Mos-Shogbamimu refute people asking for Meghan to show King Charles respect by turning the question on them. Where is their respect? Let's take a look at this clip and break it down.
Meghan is damned if she comes, she's damned if she doesn't come.
I agree with that.
And can I just say, I'm sorry, I really love this story. I love the story about, please show some respect. Well, where was the respect when they didn't show up for Lilibet's christening? Where was the respect when the Queen was on her deathbed and Charles said, Harry, you come but don't bring her?
Can you imagine a family member is dying and you know that that is going to be the outcome, and you then tell one of your family members that yes, it's okay for you to come, but don't bring your wife? How utterly disrespectful is that? Respect is a two-way thing. If you don't give it, you can't expect it back.
And Charles said, Harry, you come but don't bring her. Where was the respect if this performative father-in-law who walked her down the aisle showing such support but failed once at all to support her, to show any kind of allegiance to her, to protect her from the tsunami of racism, the abuse,
the criticism that they weren't there at the christening is ridiculous. The christening was in California. There's no way that you could have suddenly...
The firm can go anywhere they want to. They can do whatever they want. They can fly anywhere at the drop of a hat. If they wanted to go to a christening in California, they could go if they want. There is no respect there, yet the toxic media expect Meghan and Harry to respect them, but they have every reason not to. When initially Meghan and Harry were subjected to the media hatred campaign, early on when they were still working members of the royal family, and Meghan was made ill, was depressed, was thinking all kinds of things, and Harry went to the other members of his family because he was concerned, they offered no help. They didn't want anything like that getting out to the public. They just wanted her to put up with and stay silent. And yet all that time, much of those press stories were coming from or leaked from the PR offices of the firm in order to smear Meghan and Harry's name. And all because the public warmed to them far more than they do the royal family. That's what it was all about. Jealousy over their popularity, jealousy over Meghan's talents, over the fact that she was a self-made millionaire, not a born with a silver spoon in her mouth billionaire, like the royals. No, she had earned her status, earned it through hard work. It wasn't gifted to her. Meghan and Harry's popularity drove the firm mad, and it still does to this day. The success of the Netflix series and Spare book have exacerbated that. That is why the smear campaign is ongoing to this day. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hello and a very warm welcome to Meghan and Harry News YouTube channel. Now, if you remember, what did I say a couple of days ago about the Duchess of Dior story? I said that it was made up, completely manufactured, so that in a few days' time they would then put out a story saying that Dior had rejected Meghan, when the truth is there was no relationship in the first place. And you could tell this by the collection of snakes, the media platforms that were promoting this story all at the same time. They were all orchestrated in the media smear campaign against Meghan and Harry. So you know that if they all of a sudden start talking about how Meghan might be signing a deal with Dior, you can rest assured it's a lie, and that fabricated story is being set up so they can bash her with a made-up twist to the story a few days later. And that is exactly what has happened. How predictable, how these lame, pitiful journalists become. The fact that I can predict what they will do before they do it shows how ridiculously transparent their intentions and actions have become. Here we see Sky News Australia saying now Meghan Markle humiliated and rejected after Dior denies sponsorship deal. They are denying sponsorship deal because it never existed in the first place. It's all made up, and now they talk of her being rejected and humiliated. They may as well just say Meghan is to be awarded with the Nobel Peace Prize in 2023 and then turn around a week later and say Nobel Peace Prize has decided to not give her the prize. They have rejected her. It's all complete folly. With this type of setup, they can say anything, and then because it's not true, they have to say later on that, oh no, this isn't really happening, and make out that this is because of some form of rejection. This is how dangerous and toxic the media have become. This is not the first instance of them doing this in relation to Meghan, and we can only assume that they do this with many other stories as well, totally unrelated to Meghan or Harry. Just listen to the wickedness of these people and their spin. It says royal commentator Kinsey Schofield has reacted to French fashion brand Dior flatly denying reports of a $20 million sponsorship deal with Meghan Markle. They flatly deny it because it was never true in the first place. It was a complete lie made up by the very same people now making out that Meghan is humiliated and rejected about something that never existed in the first place. Miss Schofield told Sky News Australia host Rita Panahi the Duchess of Sussex hates being humiliated and rejected. She is not humiliated or rejected, but the toxic media are once again showing themselves for the liars they are, as if their credibility could not sink further, and it's on full display for everyone to see. If I can guess what they're going to do, then many others can see through their despicable strategies. This rubbish continues. Meghan hates being humiliated and rejected in front of the world. This feels like a safe face. Let's just leak this. Try to divert attention from the Spotify deal, Miss Schofield said. Miss Schofield also said it's Miss Markle's new team attempting to secure a similar deal. This does feel like Meghan Markle's PR and her new team kicking it into overdrive to try to secure a similar deal for Meghan in the future. Complete and utter rubbish, lies within lies. There was no Dior deal, there is no contact between Dior and Meghan. It was all spun like a make-believe story from the beginning, in order to bash her with the humiliated, rejected story later on, when Dior would of course respond and say, there is no deal, simply because there is no deal. They, unlike the toxic media, cannot lie in this situation. Now, please share this video so that people can see how despicable these media people are and the strategies they employ when they are engaged in an orchestrated smear campaign.